Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Devin Haney, talking the talk again. And that's what I like to hear from Devin Haney. Whether you like him, whether you dislike him, I think we all can agree Devin Haney was done wrong. The fact that he fought somebody who tested positive, although he still, remains and claims that he's innocent, his test did come back positive for a banned substance, ostarine. But anyway, I'm going to tell you this right here when it comes to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Look, just imagine if the Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia rematch was going to take place on May 2nd. Now, we know they're both fighting on May 2nd, just in different fights. But I think Devin fighting Ramirez, I think that's a good thing. Because now he's saying, you guys are going to see what I've been working on, and I'm going to show y'all that I'm still the best, if anything else, I'm better than what I was before I ended up taking that, close to a year off after the Ryan Garcia fight. Now, we know there's been little videos showing that he's working on his defense, working on being more comfortable in the pocket, and getting the shots off, and definitely blocking the big left hooks. But this fight against Ramirez, Devin Haney is sounding like when he gets in there with Ramirez, he's going to do something that's going to just totally blow away this fight buildup. Now, people are still sleeping on Ramirez. Oh, he's old. He's a 2012 Olympian. He didn't look good in his last couple of fights. Devin's going to go in there. This is a cherry pick that's going to go right. I don't know if I believe that. Now, I do think that Devin Haney and his team believe that he's going to beat his opponent on May 2nd. And then in his next fight, they'll walk right into a fight with Ryan Garcia. They believe Ryan Garcia is going to clip Rolly Romero. And then they'll finally get an opportunity for Devin Haney to show the world. In that first fight, I was done wrong. And I'm going to do Ryan like Miguel Cotto did Margarito in the rematch and show that I can't be hurt early in the fight like I was hurt over the course of the fight against Margarito. And I'm going to win. Now, I watched Margarito and Cotto in that rematch. Cotto was putting the bing-bings on him, kind of like he was doing in the first fight. But you could see that Margarito was just chopping him down in that first fight and bloodying him up. And the second fight wasn't quite like that. But right before they stopped that fight, Margarito was maybe one round away from stopping Cotto again because Margarito wasn't tired and Cotto was getting tired. But anyway, little secret society business there. They stopped the fight. It is what it is. Now with Devin and Ryan, I'm going to want to see how things go in that rematch. But I'm going to tell you right now, Garcia shocked the world. Is Ramirez going to shock the world and come now and catch Devin Haney, who may be sleeping on him? Or is Devin Haney going to come out here and show Ramirez, look, you don't belong in the ring with me. It's my time, the Devin Haney era. That shit that happened with Ryan Garcia was a blurb, and the only reason I have a blurb in my career is because I had a guy who cheated me. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, although both of them are looking to reassert themselves, I'm going to tell you right now, Oscar De La Hoya, Ramirez, they got a plan. And Ramirez works with Robert Garcia. Now, I always say, 95% of the time, if Robert Garcia is in the fighter's corner, his fighters win. If not, they put up a valiant effort. Somebody pointed out the other day, well, what about what happened with El Rayo? When El Rayo fought Gary Antoine Russell, Robert Garcia was in his corner. He didn't get the victory. So what's up with that? El Rayo didn't let his hands go as much as he should have. But Gary Antoine Russell is a beast. But when El Rayo let his hands go and hit him, he did hurt Russell several times. But Russell just threw too many shots and some hard shots, and he was hurting El Rayo too. So it was back and forth, but Russell just was able to keep his foot on the gas pedal. And as a result of the amount of punches he was throwing, 69 to 90-something punches around, he was able to paralyze El Rayo and freeze him up the way he couldn't let his hands go the way he wanted. But anyway, my thing is with Ramirez and Devin Haney. I don't care if Devin Haney and Ramirez looks like Antoine Russell versus El Rayo. As long as he is able to outwork him and hurt him and, convincingly shut him down round after round, Devin Haney's back. But boy, what happens if Ramirez pops him with a shot and Devin turns into a Puerto Rican and starts dancing salsa? What happens if he get hit with a shot, turn into a Dominican and starts dancing bachata in that ring? That means we got to say Ryan Garcia took a pound of flesh out of Devin. But we got to wait and see because I'm telling you what, if Devin gets wobbled, everyone's going to go crazy. But if he doesn't get knocked down or knocked out, and he goes on to decisively win a decision, you got to give him some credit. But I still think if Devin gets hit, it's a disaster. If he gets wobbled, it's a disaster for Devin, because people are going to say an old Ramirez clipped Devin. What's Ryan going to do in the rematch? But I think Devin Haney has it right. I think he wants to test the waters against a former champion. I think a two-time champion. But anyway, a former champion, a former Olympian, and a guy who's going to get in there with Devin, who's a threat, but not someone who he should lose against. Just to kind of sit there and get the ring rust off and be able to put on display the things he's been working on since the Ryan Garcia fight, and give some of his fans some hope that, okay, Devin's back. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know, man. But he said he took a year off, and he just want to spend time with his family and recover and come back when he thought the time was right. So I think the time is always right when Turkey Al-Sheikh is in the house, because when Turkey's in the house, every day is Thanksgiving. These guys are going out there making really good money, man. And I just think difficult matchups is what Turkey Al-Sheikh's about. Difficult matchups is what Haney wants. He doesn't want easy fights, and that's why Devin Haney praised Ramirez in the pedigree and said he wanted to step up against a guy like him who's not a pushover. Now, we're going to see if at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia testing for those peds, if in fact that's the reason why Devin looked the way he did. Because if Devin comes against Ramirez and he just shuts him down, and at 147 he should feel stronger, he should be more powerful. Let's say he knocks Ramirez out. That's what Devin Haney's going to need. And if he goes into the fight with Ryan Garcia, although I think Ryan Garcia, just the speed and power will always be a bad match, make for a bad matchup with Devin Haney. But if he goes in and out with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan, he's under scrutiny now, man. They got him under a microscope. He can't come out here, he shouldn't be able to get away with no BS. And they get in that ring, and all of a sudden Devin puts the bing-bings on Ryan. You got to say, at the end of the day, Devin fought somebody on peds, and Devin wasn't able to show up the way the world wanted to see him show up. And now we're seeing what the real Devin that we should have saw last year when he fought Ryan Garcia. I don't know. We're going to find out, because I still think Devin Haney, he had a lack of support from boxing fans before he fought Ryan, has a lack of support of boxing fans after the Ryan fight. And even now going into May 2nd, he still has a lack of support from boxing fans. And I just think that's foul. And some people say you could blame his dad. And I'll say this. When it comes to Bill Haney, I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with the way he goes about saying things. But the one thing about that guy, I always root for these guys who are supporting their sons, 100%. Doesn't mean I like what he's saying, but there's a part of me that can sit all that nonsense aside and say, I respect the fact that he's there and he's with his son, and he's brought his son to a point in his career that many people who have had father and son relationships in boxing weren't able to do, and many people, even if they didn't have the father and son relationship, promoters weren't able to do. So Bill Haney, whether it's the hustle, whether it's the little secret society, whether it's the swag, or whether it's the intelligence, there's something there about Bill Haney that just works for him and Devin and their team. Let's see if they can bring it all together and get things to work when they face off against Ramirez, because I just don't think that's going to be an easy fight for Devin. But we'll see on May 2nd, right? Y'all keep cool. Devin Haney talking the talk again. Let's see if he can walk that walk in the breeze.